Hi, welcome to a new video. Today we're doing my March haul. So our house is currently in quarantine. Everybody's positive for COVID except for me. Somehow my immune system is kicking butt. Knock on wood. We're all, Jesse, who was the first test positive, is almost out. Technically under the current guidelines, then when he's out, I'm out if I don't test positive before then. So we'll see. But I thought quickly, it is now the 3rd of April. Thought I better film today my haul and wrap up. So for you today is my haul. And you'll be seeing my wrap up very soon, but these are the books that I acquired in the month of March. I paid for all of them. I bought them. Things I bought in the month of March. Mostly new releases. There's only one backlist kind of book on this list. Most of them are new releases. So we'll start with the backlist. It's one of 2 chunky fantasies, and that is Master of Sorrows by Justin Cole. I'd seen this around a lot and I was like, another white man fantasy. But then I heard Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction talk about it, and apparently it's a chosen one but chosen evil, or like a descent to evil kind of story, and that's right up my alley. This is like book 1 in a series. The Silent Gods, book 1. I don't believe the sequel is out yet, or it's coming out soon. Anyway, it sounds really good. We follow Anev, and he is going to the Academy of Chainbalu, which has stood against magic for centuries. It is chunky. It's like 600 pages, but I feel like I love it. I don't read chunky fantasy super regularly, but when I do, I tend to really enjoy it. So another chunky fantasy is an urban fantasy, and that is the 3rd book in the Greenburn saga, Jade Legacy by Funderly. Funderly has been being a little bit on social media, bit cringe, but and offending some people, but I am already 2 books deep in this series, so I'm going to finish it out. I don't know if I'll read anything more from her in the future, but we're going to finish out this series. So this is the 3rd book. We follow some rival clans in in Hong Kong, and they fight with jade, and they can, like, if you train well, you can embed jade into your body and it gives you increased strength. But if you're not trained, it is toxic, and it can kill you. So it's all about, it's like a martial arts film but in a book. I really enjoyed book 1 and 2, though they're much slower than I thought. They have like a real strong slow build, kind of Godfather-esque. Yeah, I really liked book 1 and 2, so I'm keen to finish out the trilogy. This is 700 pages, so I'm scared, but I'll be reading it sometime in the near future. We also have The Chandler Legacies by Abdi Nazemian, which is a queer elite boarding school kind of story. I assume it's fully contemporary. Their last book is, and it's set all between 2008 and 1999, so I think the bulk of it is set in 1999. Elite boarding school culture, hazing rituals, abuses of power, you know, dark academia goodness. I'm very excited to read this. It only just came in the other day, so I'm excited. It's a very pretty, plain but very pretty under the dust jacket color. Next up we have The Lost Girls by Sonia Hartle, which is described as a vampire revenge story, and the back says, getting over your vampire ex is as easy as killing him and stealing his girlfriend. This is a pretty short book. It's only 250 pages, Also pretty plain again under the dust jacket, but I love this cover. I've been waiting on this book to arrive since it came out, but there were major delays on printing with all the logistical stuff that's been happening in the publishing world, so this availability of this was really low for a while, but I'm so excited to read this. It sounds right up my alley. Sapphic vampires, you know, so good. I also picked up Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie, Blonde of the book, Raquel Marie. I love Rocky, and I was watching Rocky's videos for a long time, and obviously they've published this book. It is a coming of age story, and it's got really good blurbs, and I've only heard good things about it, and you know, I'm just here to support Rocky. I am very excited to read this. I am going to try and get it on a TBR very, very soon. Again, I love this color, and yeah, hopefully I can get around to reading this ASAP because I'm very excited about it. It also has these beautiful little chapter headers. Beautiful. Again, I don't know much about the plot other than the main character is Ophelia. It's a contemporary, but less a romance, more just about like finding yourself. Yeah. Another sequel I picked up is Until the Last of Me by Sylvain Neuvel, which is the sequel to History of What Comes Next. This follows, it's told in like super like direct writing style. If you've read this author's other series, the Sleeping Giants, Waking Gods series, those are all told in case files. These ones aren't, but they're like an interview kind of, but like a more like a diary style. It's not actually a diary, but it's really super straight to the point, blunt, blah, 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 first person. And the main character is Mia, and she's like, you kind of find out in book one, I feel like it's not a spoiler, but her maternal line are all clones, despite the fact that they are like birthed in a traditional way, but somehow they only get genetic material from their mother. They're like potentially aliens, I'm not quite sure, but their whole mission is to get humans into space, and the first one was set around the like 40s and 50s, like end of World War II, and this one's set in the 60s. And so it's an alternate history, like racing, they're kind of acting behind the scenes to get people into space, but there's people working against them, and it's really intriguing. I really enjoyed book one. It was a really good audiobook, and I read along with it. I think I might do the same with this one, we'll see, but yeah, I really enjoyed book one, so I picked up book two. My LGBTQ plus read subscription box book of the month was Secret Identity by Alex Segura. Look at that cover, how cool is that? This is a comic book style horror thriller. It does have little, let me find one, little comic book inserts, which I love. And we follow Carmen, who's an assistant at Triumph Comics. So she is tasked to create a character called the Lethal Lynx. They're Triumph's first female hero and a runaway hit, but then her colleague, Carmen's colleague, is found dead with all of their scripts submitted without her name. So it's like a noir, but in the context of like comic book world. Love this. Yeah, I think I'm really gonna love this. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get around to it, but it gives me similar vibes to the book I picked out last month, which was The Verifiers, which was like dating app noir. So I've been picking up a lot of queer noir books from the LGBTQ read subscription. Obviously this is queer as well. I assume it's sapphic. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. And then two books that I'm trying to get to in April. One of them is definitely on my April TBR. The other one's on my like stretch April TBR. We'll go with the stretch one first because it's on the top of the stack, but that is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This is the first book in a fantasy trilogy. Oh, it has pictures. I didn't realize that. Fuck yeah. That's so cool. This is was self-published in 2020 and has been picked up by Orbit, Tor. And Tor's published it traditionally, and it's just come out. It's gone absolutely wild. I'm very excited about it. Literally, I know almost nothing except it follows 6 characters that go into like some kind of society, the Alexandrian society. 6 magicians are invited to compete for an incredible prize, a place within the secretive Alexandrian society, but only 5 go through. Obviously there's going to be more books in the series. This is the first in a series. I think the second one comes out later in the year. Apparently every character has chemistry with every other character, so there's a lot of potential scope for some polyamory, so that's kind of fun. I'm excited about that. And yeah, that artwork has really like gripped me, and I know we follow like all 6 points of view, so I'm interested to see how this balances. And like everybody either loves this or hates this, or like doesn't get it. Everybody loves it or is like meh, so I'm very interested to see what I think. Also, my friends at the bookstore, the staff that like deal with me every time, they're always like, have you read Atlas 6 yet? Have you read Atlas 6 yet? Since I bought it, which was like right at the start of March. So I think that's a sign I have to get to it ASAP. I got a lot to get through in March, so. And then the book that is definitely on my TBR for March, I'm going to be reading in April, that I'm going to be reading early in April, is Tripping Arcadia by Kit Mayquist, which is described as a gothic novel. Again, stunning color combo under the cover. And this follows med school dropout Lena, so it's like adult gothic horror, I believe. She's desperate for a job and against all odds is offered a position working for one of Boston's most elite families, as illustrious as they are secretive, but it's a vague job description. By day, she's assistant to the family doctor. By night, she discovers the more sinister sides of the family. So it's perfect for fans of Mexican Gothic, so you know. I think I'm gonna love this. And Kit Mayquist is life partnered with Saint S.T. Gibson, who wrote Diary of Blood, which I also love. So I'm really hopeful I enjoy this. This has such potential. I'm so excited about it. As soon as I saw this cover, I didn't even care what it was about. It's such vibes for me, so I think I'm gonna love it. And it's one of the in the first few things I'm gonna be reading in April, so that would definitely get read. So thank you so much for watching this video. Those are all the books that I picked up in the month of March. You'll see my wrap up coming up very, very soon as well. I'm gonna film it like right after this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this short little video. I'm gonna go put all these books away. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're interested in any of these. I'd love to have a chat. Or if you have anything else to say, just let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.